They were there. They would probably tell you the stories better than some of you would. Could produce photos and mementos better than some of you could. Yes, black history I will address because blacks are nameless, but nonetheless, the white parts in black history are even more so less. We know the hurt and heartache all too well. Webs on our back, still there to tell. But if our friends were not white, there's no possible way we could have won so many fights. Help us to escape that railroad underground when we fled from the master's land. Whites beat the pavement with Martin and Coretta and even held their hand. The water holes, the dogs, and the police beatings, they also had to withstand. A betrayer to their own family. They were criticized from both sides. A cracker, a traitor, a white demon. Their presence represented on both lines lies. But it would be shortchanged of change if it wasn't for them. The movement slow to move if it wasn't for them. It was a privilege for them to use their white privilege for them to help their black brothers and sisters. They helped to fight for what was right. They could show you the blisters. Our friends were white. They knew what was wrong and what's right is right. They knew if they didn't know what would be the outcome. A world yearning for peace and tranquility and being without none. They didn't want the fame, but it's imperative that you know their name. James Reed, you heard of him? A civil rights activist that was beaten to death by people who were white just like him. Thaddeus Stevens and Charles Sumner, you ever heard of them? Fought to the death against slavery, got colleges named after them. There were also some white women too. Anna Jeans, Mary White Overton, Harriet Beecher Stowe, just to name a few. Look them up. I encourage you. Because we can't want equality but don't want whites part of this. But even some of the presidents of the United States realized the importance of this. Abraham Lincoln signed the Emancipation Proclamation to free the slaves and unite a nation. Dwight Eisenhower used his presidential power, putting people in place so that Brown versus the Board of Education could win his case. And when blacks were denied the right to vote and access of any public facility, this became a problem for President John F. Kennedy, who worked diligently to make sure that the Civil Rights Act passed, not knowing that car ride in November '63 would be his last. Took a bullet, like Martin and Malcolm, for what he believed, and just like them, left a wife and a children and a whole country to grieve. Thank God our friends were white and willing to stand beside us during this fight. Yes, recognizing whites during black history is strange, but not doing so, how do you expect things to change?